What's up, bud? It's Rob, this is Apparel Success, and in this video here, I want to take you guys on my full journey as a clothing brand owner, okay? So I'm basically going to tell you my whole story about how my own clothing brand started with K-Bud Apparel and how it grew to where it is today. And basically, I want to make this video because I know that a lot of you guys are probably going through a lot of setbacks and success barriers that I went through. And by sharing my story with you from the very beginning to where I am now, I hope to inspire you and show you guys that, all of the problems and setbacks that you're going through as a clothing brand right now aren't necessarily unique to you. And everybody who goes through building a clothing brand goes through the same thing. And how if you just stick in there and you keep pushing at it and learning different ways to problem solve, you will eventually get there if you just keep plugging away, okay? So I really hope you guys like this video, and I hope you guys learn a lot about me and my whole journey. So stay tuned and enjoy the show. So you might have noticed that at the beginning of each of these videos, I say, "What's up, bud?" And basically what I've done there is I've created a bridge between Apparel Success and my own clothing brand, K-Bud Apparel, okay? Now, K-Bud Apparel literally only started a year and 2 months ago, okay? So we dove into this super hard, and we've been able to make a lot of progress really, really quickly. So the way that we came up with our idea for K-Bud Apparel is me and my clothing brand partner used to play a lot of hockey together, okay? We're from Canada. In Canada, we love our hockey. And at one of these hockey games, any given hockey game, all you'll hear during the game is, "Okay, bud, yeah, sure, bud, yeah, whatever, bud." And basically just using that thick Canadian accent saying, "Okay, buddy, yeah, sure, bud." Hopefully you guys can pick up on that. And, driving home from hockey one day, we've always wanted to start a business together. And we were like, why don't we just create a t-shirt that says K-Bud on it, just K-Bud, and try to sell it to the hockey players because so many people would resonate with it. They say it all the time. And that was basically our first idea for starting a clothing brand. Before this, we hadn't been trying to create a clothing brand or anything. So after we both agreed on the idea and we said, yeah, let's try it, we needed to find a designer. And basically none of us could design clothing. We were both, not designers. So we had to find one. And actually, originally, we went online to find a designer, and we used one of those random websites that, you can pay, $20-30 and they'll design a logo for you. After like 4 days of that, we got a bunch of designs back. We ended up paying them for it because we said we would, but we didn't end up using them because they were so scheisse. And basically, we had to network and find a designer that knew hockey, knew the whole culture that we were trying to build our logo for. So we basically networked within the people that we know, and we stumbled across a friend of a friend who was actually a professional graphic designer for specifically sports and specifically hockey, okay? So we were like, oh my God, we need to try this guy out. Contacted him, we met up with him. We actually drove, I think 2 hours to meet up with him. And we got to designing. And basically after I think a week, we came up with what is, after a bunch of, tweaks, our original 2 logos. Now, what's really funny about when we had our design made is that we actually told our designer literally just to put K-Bud in the logo. And he created a couple designs that actually had K-Bud Apparel Co. at the bottom. And we thought, oh, maybe this could be more than just one t-shirt that says K-Bud, and maybe we could actually just create a line around it, which was pretty cool that, that just sort of happened. We didn't even necessarily think of it to start with. So while the designs are being made, we're thinking about creating a website. And of course, we're thinking about hiring a web developer to build us a custom website for like $3,000. I think we called one that was like, yeah, it'll be like $3,000. And we're like, oh man, how are we going to come up with the money for this? And of course, after like 5 minutes of research, we realized that we could literally just use a template, site and build the exact same quality website for like $20 a month. Okay, so not to get outside of the story here, but do that if you're first starting out. So the designs are made, we're building our website. While this is going on, we're looking for blank t-shirts, and after a bit of research online, we come across All Style, which is basically a local brand that we could literally pick up the shirts from. And we decided to start out with 8 shirts in total, okay? 4 tank tops, 4 t-shirts. So now we've got our t-shirts, our website's almost done. we've got our designs to print on these t-shirts, and as I've said in one of my other videos, our first experience finding this screen printing place was so horrible. They screwed up a bunch of our t-shirts. They took like 3 weeks when they said that they would only take 1 week, and it was just a whole mess. But we eventually got them done, and we launched with our original 8 shirts. So from our original idea to the time that we actually launched the brand was about 1 month. Okay, we came up with the idea beginning of April. We launched like May 1st. Okay, with those 8 designs. I ended up selling a lot of these designs to friends and family right out at the beginning. So did my partner, and we really, from the very beginning, did not have any sort of strategy how we were going to market this thing long term. Okay, we just started it. We really had no idea what the hell we were doing. Okay, for the first 6 months, we were basically just, just figuring things out as we go. Okay, and I think in the first 6 months, we maybe did $5 or $6 grand in sales total, and most of them were in person. I believe in September, so we started in May. In September, I think we only had like 2 orders the entire month online. Okay, so I hope some of you guys can resonate with that. If you're just starting up, in September of 2016, we literally only had 2 orders the entire month. Okay, and we were pretty much ready to give up. Everything was falling apart. One thing that we did really well from the beginning is we actually got Classified, the Canadian rapper, to wear our clothing. Okay, and he's a really big Canadian rapper who actually got East Coast Lifestyle big by wearing their stuff when they first started. And we basically just reached out, and he said, yeah, I love your clothing, I'd love to support you guys. And we sent him hats, and we ended up getting a lot of pictures and things, which actually created a lot of sort of talk about the brand, because it was like, oh, did you hear about K-Bud Apparel? They got Classified wearing their stuff. They're this like new Canadian brand. Not very much, but there was a little bit of that, which helped. And we also had pretty cool pictures to use on our Instagram account. Okay, we also went to an event and set up a tent at one of the hockey events local to us. It was a really big event. We spent $1,000 on it. Did not make that money back. We made a bunch of sales, but not that money back. But it was a great experience seeing how people react to the brand. Okay, so remember how I said in September we literally only had 2 orders online the entire month. Okay, so October rolls in and we are pretty much ready to give up. And we think, well, let's just give it one last shot. Come up with a new design and create a hoodie, okay, for the winter, because in Canada it gets cold and people like their hoodies. So we ended up coming out with this design for that hoodie in October, and we actually had it available for pre-order. And in the pre-order alone, I think we did like $2,000 of sales in like literally like a couple days, okay? So it was like going from 2 orders in September, the entire month, to all of a sudden releasing this hoodie and people loving it, okay? And selling, $2,000 worth in a couple days was like, whoa, okay? Maybe we should stick this out. Maybe we should stay with it, okay? So hopefully, if you guys are going through a struggle right now, just know that there's a potential that this can happen. It's right on the other side, okay? If you just keep going, you think of different things to do, okay? It can definitely happen. And for Black Friday in November, we ended up doing, another bunch of $1,000 in sales of this hoodie. And at around the same time, because we weren't doing so well in September, I was really exploring ways to get better at marketing so that people could learn more about us. And I was really developing that Instagram system, okay, come November. So after November, I'm working this Instagram system. We've got this awesome new design, and people are now hearing about our brand through Instagram. They're buying our old stuff, they're buying our new stuff, and we're tightening the brand, okay? We changed our tagline from, I think it was representing the raw attitude of hardened Canadians to representing rural Canada. Nice and simple and nice and clean. We got our clothing worn by cast of Letterkenny, which is a big Canadian TV show that a lot of people look up to, and it's hilarious. And we got, a bunch of NHL players to wear it. And this is all just from super hard work and really thinking about who the brand resonates with, okay? So fast forward to now, and basically in the last 7 to 8 months, we've really picked up our sales. Our sales are very, very consistent month to month and growing steadily. We have 13.6 thousand followers right now when I'm making this video. And things are just continuing to grow because we have our system in place. We're constantly growing our audience, and we know exactly who we are representing. So that basically leads us to where we are now. We're basically a year and 2.5 months into this clothing brand. We've learned so much about this whole clothing brand industry and what it takes to create a brand, and I'm going to be constantly learning every day as we move forward. Me personally, I'm really dedicated to the life of entrepreneurship, okay? So, I mean, when you guys watch these videos, I'm sure you guys can tell that I get really into it, really passionate about it, because I'm so dedicated to running my own business and building something that's very successful from scratch, okay? So whenever I create a video, just know that I'm gonna be giving you guys the best advice that I possibly can based on my own experience, and that I'll be doing it with a lot of passion because I'm really into this, all right? I really hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my story and that this video was different and refreshing compared to my normal content. I also hope that you guys can resonate with my story and with my journey, because I know that a lot of you guys are probably going through stretches of time without sales, okay? Or just stretches of time where it seems like nobody's interested, or stretches of times where you yourself feel like you're in a slump, okay, and you can't seem to find the solution to any of your problems. But if you just stick it out, okay, you stay with it, you really just work through that and just battle through it, you can come out on the other side and things do get better, okay, if you just keep plugging and stick with it. Once again, guys, if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you guys about that awesome closed Facebook group that we've started for Apparel Success, where it's basically just a whole bunch of clothing brand owners who are all there to support each other and help each other. It's been an awesome group so far. We have 135 members or something like that right now, and things are going awesome. All right, so definitely join that group. There's a link in the description below, and I'd love to see you in it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.